Well, everyone, let's go and take a look at the Apple Watch Series 9 and compare it against the Apple Watch Series 7 and see how these two different watches kind of hold up and compare. Now, there's a lot of different things to keep in mind here. Number one, with both these watches, there's about 2 years in between these two devices, right? So it's kind of a big thing to keep in mind here. If you're going to go through and pick up these types of devices, that's kind of one thing you're going to have to keep in mind, right? That they're going to be slightly different. But if you do want to go ahead and pick up either one of these particular devices, links will be down in the description below. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the exact same time. Now, starting off with the outside of both these watches, the Apple Watch Series 7 originally came out back in 2021, and this type of watch for the most part is still giving you like a pretty good experience. And that is the thing that I actually like a lot about these types of watches. They still look really good and they still perform pretty well as well. Like you're going to be getting still a really good experience from this type of watch. It's giving you 45 or 41 millimeter size, and it is an LTPO OLED display, and it gets up to 1000 nits of brightness. So I think it's a good looking panel. Is it perfect? Probably not, but I think it gets the job done for a lot of people. And if you're in the market, I think you're probably going to get a good looking watch. The Apple Watch Series 9 gives you the same type of styling when it comes down to the watch itself. So the watch itself is still giving you 41 or 45 millimeter size. So it's the same type of watch from that particular perspective. So nothing is really crazy different there, which I think is okay. But you're definitely going to be getting a little bit of a better styling of a watch from something like an Apple Watch Series 9, because that one is giving you basically 2000 nits of brightness inside of that watch. So that is automatically significantly better than something like the Apple Watch Series, 7. It's going to be giving you twice as much brightness from that perspective. So that right there, I think, is a really nice thing to have. And if you're going to go through and pick up a watch, that right there is a very, very nice thing to have from that particular perspective. So I'm definitely a fan of that, and it definitely will stand the test of time in most ways from that particular perspective. So I think that right there is a very important thing to keep in mind there from that particular side. On top of that, I think another really important thing to keep in mind here too is the fact that the build quality is basically the same. There's not really anything super crazy going on with the build quality side because they're both relatively kind of the same when it kind of comes down to it from that side. But definitely the Apple Watch Series 9 feels better. They're both giving you the same charging capability, same buttons, same everything across the board. Now when it comes down to the internals, the Apple Watch Series 7 is giving you the Apple S7 chip inside. The Series 9 is giving you that S9 chip. So once again, there's going to be some slight differences here. It really is just dependent on which way you kind of want to go. In my personal opinion, I think the S9 chip is definitely going to be faster. The Series 9 is going to be giving you features like double tap, fast on-device Siri with health access data, and precision finding for your iPhone. So that right there is some really cool stuff to have for your device from that particular perspective. And I think if you're taking a look at a device like an Apple Watch Series 9, you're definitely going to be getting an overall faster type of experience on that type of watch with a lot more features built inside of your watch from that particular perspective as well. So like I said, I think if you're going down that direction of getting these types of watches, you're definitely going to be getting a very fast type of experience from both these watches, but the Apple Watch Series 9 is probably going to be the faster, better one in a majority of different ways. So to kind of sum it up, what I definitely will tell you is that the Apple Watch Series 9, I think, is definitely the better type of watch here for the most part in almost every single way. There's not really any specific situation where I would take a look at something like the Apple Watch Series 9 and recommend buying it. I really would not recommend buying an Apple Watch Series. I would not recommend buying an Apple Watch that's outdated or old now. Neither one of these are that old or that outdated. I feel like both these are still going to be giving you a good type of experience. And I think that right there is a very important thing to keep in mind. Other than that though, I think if you're in the market, it would still make sense to buy a Series 7. But the Series 9 is definitely a really good watch, and I would highly recommend buying it for sure. So from that side, that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that will mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.